Hi, Ron here from L.T.L. Tutoring Central, and today I'm talking about book learning and hands-on learning. Over the years I've had lots of students tell me that they're hands-on learners, so they really can't learn from books, they can't read books, they don't understand or comprehend them, and they don't need to because they're going to become a mechanic or they're going to work in a factory or do some other hands-on work, and book learning just isn't for them. But here's what I say. Don't limit yourself. Maybe you do lean toward hands-on work, or maybe you lean towards being more of a book learner, but in my experience, people can do both. I think that there's this huge stereotype, and I think it's mostly a myth, that if you're a hands-on learner, you can fix anything without ever reading a book, without ever opening up a manual. You're just automatically good at it. This is not usually true. What's really true is that somebody who's good at that is very interested in it, and they just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Just like young people with computers or video games, people often say, oh, they're just so great with them. Well, they're not great with them automatically. They're great with them because they spend hour after hour after hour and making mistakes, getting themselves back out of the mistakes, and they enjoy it, so they don't mind spending the time on that. They might not enjoy reading their history book quite so much. So the reason that they're not as strong in history or math or English is because they simply haven't spent the time. They may also not have some of the tools, and a tutor like me can help in that regard. I have to get a little plug in once in a while. But my main point in this video is that don't limit yourself. If you're a hands-on learner, you can learn from books, and that will help you become an even better so-called hands-on learner because you'll have both facets to draw from. And it's the same if you tend to lean towards books and learning academically. This does not restrict you from being able to learn how to repair your own vehicle, or learn how to cook a decent meal, or work with your hands in some other capacity to build things or create things. A lot of people later in life who've always thought themselves to be one or the other, for some reason they find out, hey, I can actually do both. I actually might even like the opposite later in life. So when you're young, or even if you're an adult student, don't limit yourself. Try some book learning. Don't be afraid of these books I have behind me. They look big and scary, but once you get into them, you find out that there's an awful lot of real life experience in books. They're just put down in symbols called words and sentences and paragraphs. You can handle that, and you can learn a lot from that you can apply, whether you're going on to university, getting degrees, working academically, or working in a hands-on profession. I've done both. I've worked in factories. I was a chef for many years, which is really more hands-on than it is book learning, but there's certainly lots of things you can learn from books there. And now I've been a tutor for many, many years, which is primarily book learning, book teaching. So I know that everyone has a little bit of both, and with practice you can strengthen both of them. So don't be afraid to jump in and try to learn from books, learn from videos, and also learn from hands-on. Practice, fail a few times, and try again. I know you want to keep learning, and I'm eager to see all of my students and you keep learning. So keep trying. It's Ron from L.T.L. Tutoring Central. Like the video, make a comment, and let's just keep going.